Please be seated. Graduates, family, friends, Dean Fields, and faculty, I'm Steve Leonard, Director of the Master of Science in Business and Organizational Leadership program here at the KU School of Business. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the Spring 2019 MBA and MS Graduation Recognition and Hooding Ceremony. Graduates, you've finally arrived at graduation day. Years of effort, scores of classes, hundreds of assignments, projects, exams, and we're honored to share this important day with each and every one of you. It wasn't easy, but you did it. You got here. We're all incredibly proud of you, and you should all take great pride in this accomplishment. Now, I'm pleased to introduce to you the Dean of the School of Business, Paige Fields, who will give some remarks.
Hello and welcome to the KU School of Business Spring 2019 Master's Graduation Recognition Ceremony. Friends and family, thank you for joining us here today. Graduates, as you move into the next phase of your lives, you may wonder what the future holds for a business Jayhawk like you. It is important for you to know that you are joining one of the most successful groups of business alumni anywhere. To help illustrate what you have to look forward to, I want to tell you about just a few Jayhawks who sat where you are sitting today 20, 30, 40, and 50 years ago. 20 years ago, in 1999, John Kell graduated from KU with his MBA. He is now the Chief Financial Officer of Overland Park-based BioStar Renewables, a renewable energy investment firm that specializes in energy infrastructure projects and companies. I should also mention that our very own Greg Fricks graduated with his MBA that same year. I think that's worth a round of applause, don't you? In 1989, 30 years ago, Mark Heinrich graduated from KU with a master's degree in business administration and petroleum management. He is a retired U.S. Navy Rear Admiral who was honored as a distinguished KU MBA alumnus in 2012. Admiral Heinrich has served as commander of the Naval Supply Systems Command and 46th Chief of the Supply Corps. He formerly was General Manager of Strategic Sourcing and Supply Chain at Microsoft. Now he is Managing Director and co-founder of Oakleaf Partner Holdings. Financial executive Jim Majorly, who serves on our Dean's Advisory Board, graduated with his MBA 40 years ago in 1979. He is the founding member of Extol Capital Strategies. And 50 years ago, in 1969, Mike Michaelis, another member of the Dean's Advisory Board, graduated with his MBA. He is the Vice Chairman of the Board for Enterprise Bank and President and CEO of Enterprise Financial Corporation. These business leaders were once in your shoes. They used their KU business education plus persistent hard work to propel them to where they are today. So when you're wondering how you will become that Jayhawk, who is mentioned in a future graduation speech because you have made such a positive impact on the world, remember that by graduating from the KU School of Business, you have already completed the first step. Now it's just a matter of time and hard work. Congratulations on the triumphs that have brought you here today. I can't wait to see what you accomplish. Now go out and be that Jayhawk. Rock chalk.
The student who will be speaking for the MBA class today is Andrea Hudy. Since arriving on campus in 2004, Coach Hudy has managed the strength and conditioning program for the men's basketball team, which you all probably are well aware of. To be fair, managed isn't quite a strong enough word to describe what she's done. 15 years of leadership of the top strength and conditioning program in the country takes a lot more than just management skill. She's been a leader first, and like all great leaders, she's led by example every single step of the way. She received the Impact Award from the National Strength and Conditioning Association in 2017 for her contributions to the advancement of the strength and conditioning and fitness industries. In 2013, Coach Hudy was named the National College Strength and Conditioning Coach of the Year for her dedication to improving athletic performance with safe and effective science-based programs. Her first book, and I highlight her first book, was published in 2014, with the clear potential for more books in the future. She's a leading voice in her field, maybe the leading voice. And since starting the Midwest Sports Performance Conference here in 2009, has been instrumental in bringing prominent figures in the field to the KU campus. I was fortunate enough to sit in on the conference last week, and to call it impressive is an understatement. Along the way, Coach Hudy built an incredible legacy of people, something to which all of you should aspire. In her time at KU, she has shaped the success of 50 former student athletes who went on to play in the NBA. Think about that number. That's no small number in that short a period of time. And that also includes the 30 Jayhawks that have gone on to be drafted into the NBA. Coach Hudy is a native of Huntington, Pennsylvania. She earned her bachelor's degree in kinesiology at Maryland and her graduate degree in sports biomechanics from the University of Connecticut. Please welcome our MBA student speaker, Andrea Hudy.
First, I want to take this opportunity to thank the business school, the dean, faculty, family, and friends for all the opportunities that have been provided from the business school to me the last 4 years. As mentioned, I'm Andrea Hudy, and I'm the Assistant Athletics Director for Sports Performance here at the University of Kansas. One of my primary responsibilities is working with the Kansas men's basketball team, which I've done for the last 15 years. Again, for the last 4 years, I've been a student here in the KU MBA program, where I was fortunate enough to learn and create great relationships with faculty, staff, and fellow students. When I told people that I was pursuing my MBA, there were a few things that inevitably happened. The first thing was a response was, "How old are you?" And the second response was, "Really? Why would you do that?" And I would give them my list of reasons, and when I got back, basically what I received was, "Oh, well, good for you. Go do that." They asked these questions because at the peak of my career, why would I go back to school? The truth is, today I'm here because I was brave enough, after a 25-year hiatus from formal education, this was almost to before the internet, to pursue another degree that was outside of my educational comfort zone. I had some consistent success with men's basketball team, and I thought I'd be going back to school to help us get better. Business and sport really do parallel each other, and maybe with some new ideas, new tactics, we can develop more efficiently. So I want to share with you some things that have made my success possible and have also helped me continue to grow and stretch as I develop as a professional. I've worked for 3 Hall of Fame coaches. I've been a part of sports history in winning 14 Big 12 championships in a row. I've been a part of 9 national championships. I've worked with many Olympic and professional athletes in the NFL, the NBA, and the WNBA. During my time working with the University of Kansas Business School, it has been made more clear that none of the things would have happened if I didn't, 1, understand lifelong learning and that it matters. 2, why building relationships might be the most important skill that you can develop, and why taking risks might be the safest thing you can do. You see, I was called Kansas men's basketball secret weapon by the Wall Street Journal. But what I know truly is my secret weapon is the ability of lifelong learning. A friend of mine recently shared a John Wooden quote that sums it up. It's what you learn after you know it all that actually really counts. You don't win 14 Big 12 championships in a row by staying the same. What we did in 2004 and 2005 is very different than how we do things now. It starts with building good relationships. Community is important because we are social beings. Look left and look right. These are the people that have been in your community the last couple of years. You're going to build a community again in your next job. I have my sports performance community, my basketball community, and so many more. Building relationships is important. There are two you never knows in life. One, you never know who could teach you something important. And two, you never know when your next job is coming. The more you spend time building community, the better the chances you solve the you never know questions. Here's the truth also. Taking risks is the safest thing that you can do. If you never know what it is like to fail, you never stretch yourself. I always say I have a PhD in failure. Failure is great feedback, and in sports, failure is the best teacher. What if you actually succeed if you take a risk? Coach Self took a risk on me when he hired me. He told me to my face he didn't want to hire me. He did. That's the truth. He laughed at my portfolio when I handed it to him. So, he actually said, how could a woman lead a men's strength program? But we both took risks, and that's how I found success. Marianne Williamson says, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. So today I shared with you why lifelong learning matters, why building relationships might be the most important thing you can do, and why taking risks are the safest thing you can do. At the beginning, I told you what people said when I was going to get my MBA, and now I can say, good for me and good for us. Thank you, and rock chalk.
That's going to be a fun one to top. Next, I'd like to introduce the student who will be representing our master's programs. Speaking for the graduate program in Business and Organizational Leadership, Major Stephanie Hubner. Stephanie is from Meridianville, Alabama, and currently resides on Fort Leavenworth, Kansas, where she is enjoying the best year of her life, like I think a lot of you are, right? As a student at the Army's Command and General Staff Officer course. She's an Army Intelligence Officer. We're going to leave that one to go. Commissioned through the ROTC program at Marquette University at Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where she also earned a bachelor's degree in chemistry. Like more than a few of you today, Stephanie is a decorated combat veteran. She served with distinction in a variety of command and staff positions around the world, and along the way has made a couple of trips to Afghanistan, and I know you can all relate to that. She and her husband, Anthony, where are you, Anthony? I know you're out there. Raise your hand somewhere. There you go. Is an engineer officer. They were really recently selected to attend and enjoy the second best year of your life at the School of Advanced Military Studies at Fort Leavenworth, which for those of you who don't know is a very prestigious year-long program where the Army reinvests back into the next generation of its strategic leaders and thinkers. I say that because I'm also one, so I can get away with that. Please welcome Major Stephanie Hubner.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. So, yeah, I'm going to attempt to follow Coach Hudy there, but that's big shoes to fill. So, first, I would like to thank Dean Fields, Dean Guthrie, and Mr. Leonard for giving me the opportunity to speak on behalf of the graduates of Masters in Science in Business and Organizational Leadership program. I'm honored to represent the hardest working college students I have been around in the past 10 years. But to be fair, you're the only college students I've been around in the past 10 years. So I spent the better part of a week attempting to think of something valuable and not too corny to speak about. And after struggling for a bit, I turned to a respected mentor for advice. And his exact words of wisdom were, most speeches suck, so don't suck. Yeah, so with that in mind, I sought some inspiration from the movie Bohemian Rhapsody, and I'm gonna do my best to not give you a 4-minute catnap, even though we probably all need it after finals week. So after almost causing a disturbance in the force from thinking so hard, I came to the simple yet obvious conclusion that earning your master's degree is quite a bit different than earning your bachelor's degree. After this graduation, we are not newly minted college graduates attempting to make new lives for ourselves, and we no longer have the freedom to make rookie mistakes. As undergrad students, we define success by our grades in school, the jobs we took after, and our ability to balance the rigors of college and our social lives. I know I did. Success was very much an individual effort. Now, most of us are middle and senior level leaders, charged with returning to our organizations to use our newly gained tacit knowledge and to think strategically and solve problems. As graduate students, our success is based on our ability to balance school, work, family, and if there's time, our social lives. And to do that, you've got to rely on the people around you, and you really have to master the art of teamwork. So teamwork, right? The word in every motivational speech, the word we've all heard, the word plastered on the posters of successful organizations, teamwork. Just speaking the word is the answer to all our problems, right? Probably not, right? Teamwork is more than that. It really is the latter half of the word. It's work. It takes communication, motivation, patience, and all the other fine-tuned interpersonal skills needed to work with a group in harmony. But you have to find a way. You absolutely have to find a way because it is extremely important to our organization, to your organization in the future. It creates shared meaning, opportunities, fosters innovation, and encourages team learning. Even if your team does not meet all the proverbial criteria set forth by the self-proclaimed Lord of Teams, Richard Hackman, you can find common purpose, much like we had to do in our classes. Our common purpose was to walk across the stage today. So whether we shared views on ethics to collaborate on a group project, gave up our individual goals to beat all the other teams to the top of Mount Everest during our simulation, or spent hours trying to remember how to do basic math to survive our online classes, yeah, right. We found a way. Because as we learned from our dear friend Aristotle, that aside from walking across the stage today, our ultimate goal was to achieve phronesis. And that's practical wisdom for all you non-Greek philosophers out there. And practical wisdom is simply learning from each other's experiences. And by doing that, learning from all of our experiences, we knew that the effort we put forth as a whole class was going to take us further than just the sum of our individual parts. So now we have mastered teamwork. How does that help us become better strategic leaders? Well, we simply continue to do the same things we've been doing for the past year. We build relationships. We find common purposes. We communicate. We listen. We share responsibilities and power. We have reasonable expectations in each other. And most importantly, we demonstrate trust and we ask it of others. We foster camaraderie across the organization and we drive towards a shared goal. As leaders, we owe our future organizations the shared experiences gained from each other throughout this year to facilitate a culture of team learning and collaboration that will last well beyond our time. To echo what I stated earlier, and to share a lesson learned while watching Bohemian Rhapsody last week, you simply need the people you work with. Just like we needed each other to succeed in this program, we're going to need others in our organizations to be successful leaders and team members. We will not achieve our desired successes if we are only bouncing ideas off our cats and not working together to gain perspective and solve complex problems. So with that, I will end by thanking my classmates for all the shared experiences and the teamwork. We were all an essential part of each other graduating today, so congratulations and good luck with all your future successes. Rock Chalk.
So now for the main event, the presentation of our 2019 master's degree candidates. Greg Fricks, Director of the Graduate Program in Supply Chain Management and Logistics, will present the students. Jim Guthrie, Interim Associate Dean of Graduate Studies, will perform the hooding ceremony with assistance from Dee Steinley. Graduates, please make your way to the stage.
We'll be hooding our graduating master students before presenting them to you. The tradition of hooding has deep roots dating back to the development of universities in medieval Europe. We invite your attention to the short description of these origins included in your program on page 16. Andrea and Major Hubner, would you lead your class, please? Oh, you're over here. I thought you were up there. Thank you. I think we got it right now. Andrea Hudy. Stephanie Aaron Hubner. Major Michael Albertson. Major William George Getz. Major Paul Ryan Smith. Major Nathaniel Keith Sebron. Major Tony Edward Nicosia. Major Matthew Wayne Teeter. Jared Dylan Latta. Go ahead. Casey Edward Dodd.
Casey.
Megan Elizabeth Minan. Jennifer C. Brown. Julianne Tennille Graham. Dr. Josine A. Bryant. Joshua Aaron Berg. Kang Zhang. Melissa Marie Garola. John Crane King V. Kenya Y. Sablin. Margaret Eve Teets. Eva Victoria Saad. Ashley Nicole Rosenbaum. Drew Nathan Gladstone. Cody Martin. Christopher James Court. Derek Christopher Huddleston. Christopher Lewis Fields. Major Mark Wayne Canary. Major Rolona Donry Brown. Major Sophia Ann Reclasado. Major Samuel Philip Clark. Major Guy Reynolds. Major Adam Putman. Major Carl Peter Hartman, Jr. Major James Lynn Cheney. Major Justine Sacco. Major Daniel Paul Harkless. Major Charlie Ariano. Major James Edward Holman II. Major Everett Alvin Joyner. Major James Robert Antonides. Major Robert John Gentry. Jennifer Martindale. Christopher Scott Fote. William Bradford Holscher III. Kenneth Willard. Merritt Ray Thomas. Kellen St. Clair Travis. Jeremy Flake. Luke Hudson Swimmer. Staff Sergeant Jolene Nicole Davis. Cara Ann Gannon. Elizabeth Ann Polson. Michelle DeGiusti. Jamie Love. Jill Louise Dickerson, Ph.D. Major Ryan Alexander Dillard. Major Brian William Zorger. Major John Michael King. Nicholas Geller. Major Kurt Allen Chapman. Jenny Hernandez. Jason Brandon King. Caleb Lee Newsom. Anna K. Burbridge. Christopher Adam Nicholson. Cord Michael Trees. Neva Shoemaker. Jessica Ann Herlinger. Robin Payne. Leandre Maurice Simmons. Nancy J. Allen. Teresa Rose Mitchell. Matthew David Legg. Jeremy Michael Harris. James Alexander Newcomer. Kelly Lynn Armstrong. Jack McGran. Joe Toth. Daniel Soptic. Joseph M. Gibson. Jake Dodd.
So how about a round of applause for all the graduates? So as KU graduates, you're part of a powerful global network of alumni now. The Jayhawk Network is committed to helping each other throughout their careers and their lives. To help you stay connected, the KU Alumni Association, with the help from KU Endowment, is providing each of you with a one-year gift membership in the Alumni Association. Your membership begins this weekend. I encourage you to download the KU Alumni Association app, visit the Alumni Association website, and if you get a chance, go by the Alumni Association itself. It's worth your time. We wish you all the best in your future endeavors. We know that you will continue to make us proud as you take on the world. Graduates, you may now move your tassels to the left side of your cap. All right. Before we wrap this all up today, I'd like to invite all of you to join us in a reception at Capitol Federal Hall, located across from Allen Fieldhouse on Naismith Drive, immediately following this ceremony. We will gather there in the Anderson family atrium and join you in a celebration of this accomplishment. We'll close the program today by singing the alma mater and the Rock Chalk chant, which will be led by our student speakers, dean, and faculty, who should make their way to the center stage now. I don't know the words, I hum it. I've done this 3 times today, so. You can find the lyrics on page 2 of your program. After the Rock Chalk chant, the Kansas Brass Quintet will play the recessional. Please remain in your seats while the faculty and students exit. On behalf of the KU School of Business, thank you for taking the time to join us, to join this family in this ceremony. Congratulations. I do it better when I wing it.
Ready?
I guess.